Alright, so today we're going to be trying to build the Lego Recon Robot. Except from when I was a kid. This guy, oh man, brings back memories for me. I already have a decent amount of the parts picked out, like this guy here. As you can see, that's right in the middle there, and if you see over here, just rotate slightly for you guys, that's some of the stuff I've already picked out. You may notice colors are off on some of them. I've come to the conclusion, since I'm sorting through, the boxes of Lego that I had as a kid. I'm not too sure. I mean, my nieces and nephews have had their hands at these, and I'm not sure what's here, what's missing, and that's alright. If I need to make some creative design choices at the end of the day, so be it. But we're going to try to find everything that we need. There are a lot to go through. I've already been through 2 boxes of stuff, and I'm not exactly right picking up these huge boxes over here. Excuse me. I'm going to bring you guys over here where you might be able to see, hopefully, a little better where what I'm sorting through. Don't want to get rid of the piece I already have, so I got to move those out of the way for a second. I also slowly sorting through some decidedly non-Lego bits, throwing them into their own box. There's a loose organization system we've devised so far. I've got a few boxes of things that I'm trying to grab all the clearly bionicle parts and throw them into their own bin to the side. I'm going to keep them separate, and that goes back there. Try not to, I might talk about occasionally some stuff that's you're not going to be able to see off camera. I apologize for that. I'll do the best I can to keep everything here. As I go, I'm immediately looking for the black pieces that I can find. Oh, do I need a hinge? A red hinge? I don't think so, but I'm going to throw it in anyway. Right now, more than anything, as you can see from what I've put together so far, actually I need to find, this is what I'm looking for. Follow me, I'm just noticing. This is actually what I was looking for the other day, because this should not be this. It should be this. And that makes that get close to what it's supposed to be. Okay. So from here, I'm not really sure if I need these. I've been finding a lot of them. I'm finding 3, no 4, really fast with these kind of slitted vent detail pieces. I know I need red ones for his face, which I haven't been able to find yet. And those are going to be tricky, they're tiny. And they're not usually red. As you can see, got a lot of black ones. I'll probably be able to find a lot of gray ones. Red? I don't know. Okay, so this is all going to go into this bin over here now. Let's get it out of the way. Because I don't think, maybe I need this, but I don't think I found anything that I really need. maybe that. Oh, I definitely need this. Actually, this immediately I know goes right there. And that's going to allow us, if you'll excuse me for a sec, to complete that on the back of it. And we're already starting to get this together, which is great, but I know that certain things are going to hold us up. I need to find something high on my list for the immediate future is these if you look, whoa, sorry, I'm dropping things. If you look and you see these, usually they're stabilizers on planes, these slanted thin pieces here. That is something we definitely need very soon. I took some liberties and piece choices. So far, they don't really even change the look of it. For instance, I mean, see these should have a should go through to a peg. That should be attached to the piece. That's really what the came with the original set, but I found enough of these that I can just put the free standalone, just the pin, in and attach it, no problem. And the this is red thing is 2 pieces instead of 1. I don't think that'll change too much in the long run. That's what it ultimately looks like, so I decided I'm okay with that for now. If I can fix it later and make it exactly right, then great, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it. This appears to be sandpaper. I don't know where that came from. This is just some, you know, Easter basket grass. Who knows how old that is. And this, as I pull in another pile here, that chain. I love the chains. They're such great pieces. Who doesn't want a good chain? Next up, that is a foot from a Gundam for sure. We're going to this box is interesting. It has a lot of small pieces. What I have been trying to get at here. On one hand, that's nice, but it's a lot to sort through. Some of the earlier boxes that I went through, I had these gigantic, if you remember there's a big UFO set from when I was a kid, and it has these giant plates. And those ended up taking up a lot of the box, actually. They're just so big. I'm going to get the parts that I want a little more out of the bag here. I'm going to adjust to over here a little more so you guys can see more of the pie. Great. I'm happy about that, and I don't know, I think I'm going to put an hour of work into this at a time. It seems like a good way to go about it. So far, so good. I've done about 2 hours of this already. I've just sorted through the boxes. Seem to be just bits of old tinfoil in here. gradually I'll make sure all the stuff that's just kind of trash gets removed from here. But I don't know, I found some interesting things so far. This is a good one to show here. Well, this one clearly. I wish I could turn off the lights because this clearly glows in the dark. Is this even a Lego piece? Yes or no? I will leave that a mystery for you for now. Can you recognize what that is? If that's a game we're going to play, and we can play a lot of that. There's a lot of weird stuff in these boxes. Aha, okay, so I was lying. There is exactly what I was talking about before, the gigantic section pieces for the UFO. Put that aside for now. They actually make pretty good, more than once I found this and just have decided, oh, this is kind of scoop things. It's a great scooping device. Okay, well, we've got a decent amount of stuff here. Immediately, so usually these crystal guys are like a chrome coating on them. This one's kind of brassy looking, kind of copper, which is neat. I like that. Too bad we don't need it. That's going away. We'll see it again someday. Next time I go through this, I do want to do this again for other sets. I picked a relatively simple one to start out on, and one that I was pretty sure I'd be able to find a part for. And if I get a finished anything out of it and end up feeling accomplished, then hooray. I am surprised, though, at this state, I really thought I was going to have found more of when I need this. I know its eyes are made out of this green piece here, and here's about 8 of them. I'm going to set that aside for now as one solid piece, even though I don't need them all. I wish that for some of the, and I suppose, I should be very happy. Most of these instruction manuals are available online, which is great. It's fantastic. It's there waiting for you to find, and you can put together an old set from when you were a kid that you've long since lost the instructions to put through. That's fantastic. Some of them, the especially helpful ones, have at the start just a complete rundown of specifically which parts are involved and how many of each part. And I wish, maybe I just haven't found it for this one yet. Maybe it's out there, but for the current PDF I'm looking at for the instruction manual, it does not include that. As I pan through everything here, I can pretty quickly tell, okay, this guy, that's one I need, and generally the stuff that isn't black or red is not needed. I know I need 2 of these. Glad I found one. Oh, and as per always, I've got to, look, a hook. This hook is going to go along great with this here chain. And now we have a hook and chain. That is something we definitely wanted to see happen. It's a hook on a chain. Now it goes away, and one day I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember. So that's the fun thing. It's just going in a big bin that I'm going to inevitably later crawl through for parts again, and then I get to be like, oh yeah, I remember putting that train and stuff together. So now it's just, it's going to be lost to time. It's like a time capsule. I just want you to see for a sec. This is the bin they're all going into. It's pretty big. And it's pretty full now. I might need a change or something, but how the system works in a sec. I didn't think.